Namaste, Jai Hind, Vande Mataram. Welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narsimhan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi moving office to Seva Tirth and also committing to a roadmap until 2047, the policies that will shape the destiny of the country. But we turn the spotlight towards Tamil Nadu, where just months after a tragic stampede at a political rally in Karur that claimed over 40 lives, another death has cast a shadow over the TVK. A supporter attending a rally in Salem collapsed during the event and was rushed to hospital where he was declared dead. The party later identified the deceased as Suraj and expressed profound sorrow over this passing. Now, according to TVK, Suraj suddenly fainted at the meeting venue and was immediately given first aid before being transported to a nearby hospital. Vijay has once again been lambasted by the BJP, DMK and the AIDMK. The DMK has asked how many lives will be lost before the elections, while the AIDMK has said that TVK supporters must carry their coffins to these rallies. The BJP has accused Vijay of not being concerned about the safety of people who trust and come to him. Vijay has trained his guns at the DMK, accusing it of looting voters, dismantling law and order machinery and derailing the TVK through what Vijay has called is the Stalin Operating Procedure SOP. Meanwhile, the political temperature continues to rise over welfare measures announced by the ruling DMK government. In a major pre-election move, the government credited 5,000 rupees to approximately 1.3 crore women beneficiaries under the Kalagner Women's Rights Scheme. The BJP has criticized the move as an election gimmick, questioning the timing of the lump sum transfer and accusing the DMK of attempting to influence voters through populist measures. In contrast, the Congress has supported the initiative, likening it to a form of universal basic income. Vijay has called this last-minute election stunt, while AIDMK has described the announcement as a fear-driven move ahead of elections. Now, the war of words also comes as trouble brews within the DMK-Congress alliance, where Stalin has ruled out power sharing again, highlighting how the Congress is likely to stay out of government despite full support to the DMK. As Tamil Nadu heads towards assembly polls, the twists and turns continue in the multi-cornered fight, with parties sharpening their positions in an increasingly competitive political landscape. Now, the question remains, what issue and what party holds the edge in this battle for Tamil Nadu? As a power player or even as a kingmaker, the larger question is, are we looking at a two-way or a three-way fight this time around? And how big is the political bomb that Vijay made a reference to with respect to alliances? Are there shifting sands in Tamil Nadu? We will have YG Madhuvanti, leader of Tamil Nadu BJP, with us, S. Muralidharan, a political analyst, and Pula Rao, political analyst. My namaste to everybody. Thank you for your time. Madhuvanti ji, how would you read the cards if I were to ask you? Because Vijay, yes, tragedy happened there and tragedy seems to follow Talapati from Karur to Salem, but his popularity doesn't seem to be on the wane. The other thing is that with the Congress being left high and dry by the DMK, will there be an alliance between the TVK and the Congress party? And what does that do to the Tamil Nadu political dynamic?
Good evening, Anandji, and to my fellow panelists. Nice to see you again, Pula Rao ji, on this debate also. Basically, as far as we are concerned, the NDA is extremely strong as a force. Our allies are very much in shape, and we, as far as the ground reality is concerned, because I think you know very well, Anandji, that elections are not fought just on social media. So, on the ground, it is a two-way fight. It is between the ruling party, the India Alliance, and the opposition, which is the NDA Alliance. There is no two ways about it. As far as the TVK chief is concerned, he has select methodologies to come out. He chooses to come out when he wants to, or he ends up meeting media professionals in his house, or he takes meetings in and around his residence, just like his shooting locations and spots. He still, I think, is living in this impression that every election is fought on cinema. But it's not like his movie Sarkar. This is the real game. And he has to get out and actually meet the people. By doing these hodgepodge rallies here and there, nothing is going to work out. And this is not a three-way fight or any such thing. Let's be very, very clear. The fight is between the DMK Alliance and the ADMK Alliance. And we're very clear about this, first thing. Second thing, with regards the Congress And the DMK tamasha, and I'm glad you brought this up, because earlier when I was on a debate with Pullarauji, he said the opposition is divided, and I was clearly saying that the opposition is not divided, it's the ruling alliance that is divided, because there are 100 queries that are being put out by the Congress very strongly, and I don't think the Congress is going to say these things without the approval of the High Command. No national party works that way, we are all very well aware. So having said that, the DMK in the history of Tamil Nadu elections has never won an election without an alliance. We are all very clear. The DMK has never come back for a second term in a row. That also we are very clear. Now, if the Congress is going to move out of the DMK, now these are not speculations I am making. This is what is coming out in the open, and you are asking this question. Now, if the DMK and the Congress are going to split and the DMK is going to join the TVK, this is going to only affect the DMK.
Okay, Congress
this has
is
no bearing on the NDA.
It doesn't. See, I'll tell you what. Frankly, and I can be a little tongue-in-cheek about it, but both the BJP and the Congress party depend on the DMK and the ADMK to shore up their numbers. So, and that's a reality. So, if Congress netas are not going to be able to contribute towards any DMK victory as much as DMK cadre will contribute to a Congress neta's victory, and that applies to BJP also.
Absolutely, and we don't have any problems admitting it.
No, it's not about a problem. It's a travesty that national parties have national parties have deterred from trying to create their own foothold and toehold, and whenever that has happened, they have just taken one step forward and 3 steps back. Pullarauji, how do you see the turnout for Vijay? And about 4,998 people were present. They're saying that a lot of these guests everybody was QR coded, identified, and this turnout is despite the number of ways the TVK says the DMK tried to stymie their rally. Now,
I think
all of this will happen only when you see someone as a threat and you want to keep them from getting too big ahead of the polls.
Definitely. TVK may seem a threat, and every political party should be operate safely. You can't underestimate your opponent. 2 hours ago, the opposition was divided. It's still divided, Madhuvantiji. When I say divided, TVK has not got together with the BJP NDA alliance. Second point is, we don't forget that DMK front won 40 MPs out of 40 from Puducherry and Tamil Nadu. Will the Congress party leave such a party from the India alliance? The strongest supporter of Rahul Gandhi is talent, or DMK. Other chief ministers like Pinarayi Vijay, Mamata Banerjee, others, or even for that matter the Jharkhand chief minister, they are not that solid supporters. There's no question. This may be just one of those, pre-election, pre-ticket noises. It will be just quietly settled, and I don't think under any circumstance Congress party will do it or can afford to do it.
But you also agree that DMK on its own has never been able to get never crossed 30% mark in terms of vote share. It has remained a 20 to 25% party historically.
But there are 15 parties, 20 political parties in Tamil Nadu active. Look at Telangana, there are 3 or 3.5. Andhra, there are just 3 regional parties. This is a multi-party state, very difficult to cross 30% votes. And any newcomer will face this wall of 20 parties having 0.5%, 1%.
So in that case, does the TVK then really need very big allies, or does it need just to cobble up enough of the smaller parties, wean them away from the ADMK and the DMK, get a huge base of the Dalit vote in their favor, Muralidharan, and somewhere it emerges as a challenger, somewhere it emerges as somebody who can shore up to 27 to 29%, and we never know how the equation is. Or is the DMK so well entrenched that no matter how hard Vijay and the TVK try, they won't be able to breach Tamil Nadu? Muralidharan.
I think till yesterday, Anand, it was looking extremely competitive between ADMK and DMK, but last minute I think Mr. Stalin managed to pull a rabbit out of the hat. 5,000 rupees dole out to all the ladies, nearly 1.31 crore. Ladies are benefiting by this now. That this is, it cannot be called, you can call it unethical because elections are shortly there, and that's only because as a welfare measure you can't challenge it. I don't think you can even challenge it in the court. That's how it looks like. So this is a big plus. But till such time, I think Vijay is still is seen as going to be the kingmaker, because he is going to equally eat into both the parties' vote share. That's for sure. In fact, I was just randomly talking to some people today. I was sitting and having lunch, and randomly asking, he said, "No, I will vote for Vijay." He said, "Why?" I want to give a chance to him and see, if we can eradicate corruption. Because the last 4.5 years, we have seen the worst of corruption in Tamil Nadu. We talk about something like 6,000, 7,000 crores given out yesterday by Mr. Stalin to all these housewives. But the loot is close to 4.5 lakh crores. That's illegal mining and sand mining, all these put together. So that's the kind of loot which has happened. So considering all that, people are really fed up. The state is right now, it's lawless. There is a huge drug issue.
Yeah, but a fractured opposition helps the incumbent. A fractured opposition helps the incumbent. See, if the AIDMK, TVK, BJP, everybody were to combine ranks in spite of differing political ideologies, consolidate the vote to oust the DMK and say, all right, post-poll, we look at who gets the spoils, the story would be different. Here, what is happening is it's a fragmented, fractured opposition. That's only going to help the incumbent. That's the DMK. Pularauji, you raised your hand. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, I agree. The DMK, Jayalalitha won in 2011, 2016, second term, because opposition was fractured like this. Her popularity was down. She had over 200 MLAs. It came down to 134, 135. It's a similar situation now. They got a good chance. I don't want to make some drum beating and saying they'll win. They got a very good chance of getting a repeat. So a good chance, particularly when the ADMK, BJP and TVK, they did not have any creative solutions for an alliance. How to do it?
No, not just a creative solution for an alliance, but I'm just going to ask you, do you think the BJP, should have gone it on its own, Madhuvanti?
I think if the BJP had gone on its own...
You are not Madhuvanti. First let the DMK go on its own in Tamil Nadu without alliances. I am asking them because national parties have not shown the gumption. The BJP was trying to show some gumption, but then they all went back and said, okay, Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy, we'll come back into the fold and we can't do without you. So then, are the BJP leaders in Tamil Nadu spineless, or is the central government, central leadership looking at the short-term faida at a long-term cost? Short-term gain at a long-term cost? Madhuvanti ji.
See, Anandji, it's very easy to say that the BJP leaders in Tamil Nadu are spineless.
No, I'm not saying, I'm asking.
Because it's very easy to make those questions, ask those questions, if you would like me to put it that way. But the point here is, this has always been a natural alliance. For reasons best known to everybody, the alliance split in 2024 and we saw what happened because of that. The BJP is not a party that will sit back and just, close its eyes and say the world is dark. They will look into themselves, they will have an intrinsic analysis, and that is what has happened, and which is why this alliance has come back into fold. This is not some new alliance. And let's face it, in Tamil Nadu, it is either Retta Ela or Udaya Suryan. It's very clear. This is a difficult engine. This is not an easy engine to, run or chug along with. And it is going to take more time before a national party actually stands on its own and tries to win. And we know this story. It's nothing, this is not rocket science. So definitely the BJP has taken to its natural ally, which is the ADMK, which has always been its natural ally. Unlike the DMK and the Congress, where backs were broken during emergency and then Indira Gandhi was adored as Nehru's daughter.
But the BJP is also allied with the DMK.
Yes,
so long ago.
For the greater good, but we never broke their backs. We didn't start a party and we didn't do a Hindi agitation movement and then go hugging them back and calling them brother. If you're really the brother of Rahul Gandhi, give him sharing in the government. Why is there a problem in power sharing?
Yeah, but they also have to show winnability, na? The point is the DMK vote is propping up the Congress netas. It's not the other way around that the Congress vote is propping up a DMK neta. So the DMK is also going to look at winnability. I'm just wanting to bring another dynamic, and Muralidharan join in on this. Edappadi Palaniswamy, is everybody underestimating him, or has he not been able to live up to the billing of an iconic figure? Because Tamil Nadu chases icons, the Tamil Nadu voter. Or do you see him as a strong organization man who's perhaps evolved and is at a much better place than he was about 3-4 years ago?
Exactly, Anand. Let's go back to 2021. Tamil Nadu always looks at assembly and parliamentary, elections in a different way. But the mandate is always discipline. Now, 2021, he didn't have Jayalalitha. He was on his own, and he had the excess baggage of BJP, who was like hated by everybody. Nobody wanted to, vote somebody who's in alliance with BJP. Third, he didn't have TTV Dinakaran. Now, all this put together, the difference between DMK and ADMK vote share was only 3.5%. Now, with the anti-incumbency, that's going to go away. With the factor of Vijay coming in, he is going to eat into minority shares in his fans. Now, where will he attack the most? It's the incumbent. He's not going to target his vote, whatever the majority which he's going to gain. It's not from the ADMK side or any other side, but from the DMK. Because he's focusing on DMK. And the reason for Vijay to come into politics is he was not given a number, because every time DMK comes into politics, they hijack the film industry. He was not given enough theatres. That was the primary reason for Vijay to come into politics. That's the reason he said, let me come into politics and teach you a lesson. So with all that factors together, Vijay is a kingmaker today, because that is the only reason the Congress has developed some spine to negotiate with the DMK. They're talking about power sharing, and there's a big mudslinging happening. Every day they're literally beating each other. The kind of abuses, etc. But in spite of that, as Mr. Porrao said, Congress cannot lose DMK for a simple reason: the 40 MPs. That's a huge share, and that's giving that. But if Congress has any shame, they should sever the ties and they should go with TVK. TVK. Because they see both of them have a clean image as of now, and people are looking for a change. That will make that will make the competition three-way, and it's going to be a lovely election to watch if that happens.
If what happens, you said, who's going to ally with who?
If TVK and Congress join hands,
TVK,
it's going to be a fantastic
TVK. If TVK and Congress join hands, then do you think it will add value to Vijay, or it will take away from him?
Oh, it will add value. It will add value. I'm telling you, they'll be a huge force to reckon with. It will be like three-party fray, all three equally equal strength. It will be very interesting. It will be extremely interesting.
I don't know if he's saying it with a straight face, but he really means it, or is he hiding that smile?
No, I made it. I made it, Anand.
But yeah, no, you are saying you're being very serious. I'm just wondering.
The state hates BJP. The state hates BJP. In spite of that, they have to vote for a party because DMK is completely corrupt. Given that choice, and if Congress and TVK come in together, people will turn sides. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but what is the value that Congress is going to add to the TVK? Pullarao, yes, please.
Yes, they will add. Congress is a traditionally known party in Tamil Nadu, Kamaraj, all of that, and they will add respectability, they will give it workers, they will give it a face. But I still go back to my premise. See, there's no point for them to get on to Vijay. If they lose the election, they lose the chief minister. They lose Stalin. Stalin is the chief minister backing Congress more than any other chief minister in the country. Pinarayi Vijayan, Mamata Banerjee, Jharkhand, Soren, they are all, yes, support the Congress, but in a very, very wavering way, ambiguous way. This is a man who's supporting Congress through.
Is Stalin's Chief Minister Stalin and the DMK supporting the Congress party, or is it opposing the BJP and the Prime Minister at the centre, because the anti-BJP sentiment is what they are whipping up in Tamil Nadu? So let's see, call it through, and given a choice, would Tamil Nadu and DMK want to go national without the support of the Congress, or without the baggage of what many say is pulling the entire India alliance down? That is the LOP and him trying to pull the cart in a different direction compared to the rest of the allies. So that's a question. The other thing is that the local Congress MPs are the ones who are raking up the issue with the local Congress, local DMK leaders and the DMK MLAs. Now, this is a national versus local issue. You may get support nationally, but do you have any merit locally or regionally? Because most of these people never visit their constituencies. They are busy playing their politics in Delhi. So these are realities. Is the DMK best without the Congress, but with perhaps some key local regional allies which add about 3 to 8% to their vote share, allowing them to get closer to the 30-32% that may perhaps guarantee them seat share overall in the Tamil Nadu Assembly polls. Madhuvanti ji, final word. Ji.
I am going to say April will give you answers to all these questions and all these speculations. There is no BJP hatred right now in Tamil Nadu, and Edappadi Palaniswamy has proven his mettle as a very strong leader. This is an alliance that is going to win. We will have this conversation post-April with Muralidharanji and Pullarauji also on the same debate, if you will call me as a speaker on that at that point in time also.
But you believe it's going to be still a two-way fight?
Absolutely. Vijay doesn't play a major role at all. I'm sorry.
But,
I am very
but
clear
let me
about
ask you this, all of you and viewers who are watching us also, is he not drawing more crowds than a Rajni Makkal Mandram or Kamal Hassan's efforts did? Is he not drawing more crowds than, DMDK and Vijay Kant, Pullarauji?
No, I think it's difficult to compare that time, this time. Every election is different. We have to take it in the context of what he faces, opposition, ADMK and DMK. It is a very tough struggle for him. And elections, he now has 25% according to some surveys. If they find he's not going to win, that will come down. Day by day, it will come down. Remember that. The 25 is not going to go up. He has to show he's going to win. What's the point of getting 20% vote and not getting seats? There will be a lot of things going on in the next month. He has boxed himself from day one. I won't ally with X, I won't ally with Y. He thought politics is like a movie. It is not. There is no flexibility. He cannot bring any surprise now.
No, the other thing is that every time the milk is about to boil, you turn the sim. You put it on sim, so it just comes down, dies down, Muralidharan. When I'm saying this is that just at a time perhaps Vijay's popularity was peaking, Karur happens. And today he comes out, then Jananayakan release gets delayed for whatever be the reasons. Now they have had to backtrack to eventually ensure that it releases somehow. But then that entire, this is gone, mood is gone, the bubble is gone. And again today at Salem, it's not his fault. They tried to administer first aid and we've lost a young person. But, it just feels that there is a shadow. There is a pall of gloom or tragedy that is tracking the Talapati. Is that a case? And will that somewhere affect the EQ of the voter?
Anand, let's look at Karur. Karur incident, I think DMK has equal responsibility of managing the crowd. So it actually over a period, people start sympathizing towards TVK. One. Second is it's a new party just coming to fans. There's so much of fan following that these youngsters. It's not even like you look at Rajnikant's fan followers are like 50 plus. And here it's all youngsters. They have to be like this. It's their normal behavior. So unfortunate, it's happening. But I think he is there, Anand, because if Rajnikant would have come, he would have been a very good alternative. He didn't come. So I think those people who are waiting for Rajini to come, they also support Vijay. Vijay will be the kingmaker, whoever it is. Let anyone be there. Because without Vijay, I don't think they're going to be a government in 2026. That's for sure. That's my feeling.
Okay. Final word, Madhuvanti ji.
Anandji, I'm just wanting to say two things. Karur happened, Salem happens. These are things that will happen when you are a new party. This happened to MGR, this happened to Vijay Kant. But how do you deal with it? You don't go hole yourself up in a house for 4 days and then put out a video after Karur happened. The ruling party is going to give you trouble. You have to learn to deal with it. Have you come out and actually done something for Jananayagan? Did you stand with your producer? No. You went for so many CBI inquiries. Did you speak a word? Eternally, you're zipping your mouth up and mum's the word. Even your interviews you want to have in your house and just let out photographs. What is your stand? What is your ideology? What is it that you're communicating to the people of Tamil Nadu? I'm sorry, movies are different. Election is a totally different ball game altogether. And we've seen this in Tamil Nadu time and again. And just a small correction, Muralidharanji, Rajnikant has fans across generations, not just 50 above.
He's 50 years and still he's 50 glorious years and still counting. So even 50 below are fans of Rajni sir.
Madhuvanti is upset because Vijay didn't allow it. That's the problem.
No. I am not upset. Why should I bother?
No,
It's
I'll
not
tell
in
you
my
what,
place to be
sometimes
upset or not
there
upset.
could be
Come
a
on.
space where the voter would say, I'm okay with the current system, but I don't want the corruption. I don't want this syndicate to there.
Exactly.
I want a clean leader, but even if it is a current, thought process, not very different ideology. Because MGR didn't have a very different ideology from the DMK when he broke away. So it promised something different, but it was almost the same. It was perhaps old wine in a new bottle, or perhaps better packaging. I'm not sure. But in Tamil Nadu, this becomes very critical. What are the regional allies, the local people with those 1%, 2%, 3% aggregation thinking? Where will they slant? And is EPS going to bring his ability as an organizer with the cadre to try and perhaps make this a little more of a crunchier fight and a tougher fight than it is? And as Muralidharan said, whose vote is Vijay going to eat into, or TVK going to eat into, and will that perhaps be the decider? We'll have to wait and watch.